Hello? Hello, everyone. I'm Alexandra Fernandes, holistic nutrition and mindfulness coach. And today I'm interviewing Nicole Petscheck, EFT practitioner and teacher, creator of the Petscheck method. Hello, welcome, Nicole. Can you please tell us about EFT?
Thanks, Alexandra. Emotional freedom technique, right? That's what it stands for. What does it do and why do I like EFT? Because EFT is a very easy method that anyone can learn how to do themselves, because it simply includes or if you're angry or if you're feeling overwhelmed, you're aware of your problem. So then all you have to do is say, oh, I've got this issue, this problem, right? Whether it's a physical pain or an emotional pain or a mental pain, it doesn't matter. And you rate yourself on the moment from a 0 to 10. So 0 means it really doesn't bother you. And 10, it's terribly painful, okay? So the first thing you do is you say 0 to 10, I'm, let's say, an 8 in pain, okay? Stomach ache or headache or whatever. Then you start on your karate chop and you tap on the fleshy part of the hand. And when you do that, you say, even though I have a stomach ache, for example, let's say it's a stomach ache. Even though I have a stomach ache, I love myself. And it's important to say, I love myself. People say, why should I say that? And the answer is very simple, because when we allow ourselves to state a problem and confirm that despite the problem, we love ourselves or we accept ourselves, hello, doggy, then the body opens up much faster because we're not on the defensive. So it's very important in the beginning to say, even though the problem, I love myself. And you do that 2 or 3 times so you can address your problem, from a different point of view. You want to keep the sentences short. And then you simply take 2 or 3 fingers and you will tap at the following points. The beginning of the eyebrow. Each point you will tap between 7 and 10 times, but you get into the rhythm of this. So you start at the beginning of the eyebrow, then you move to the corner of the eye, then to the underneath the eye, and underneath your nose in the middle, in the crease of your chin, then across your collarbone, like just opening up your hand like this, then underneath your arm at the middle of the armpit, but at the height of the bra strap, and then you play the piano like a monkey on top of your head. What is happening is that these points where you are tapping are in reality the end points of meridians. And these different meridians obviously carry all the frequency information. So if your meridians are carrying hormones, for example, of pain or of anger or of jealousy or of being scared, you're feeling that fear because those hormones, which are neurochemicals, are going through your body. And when you tap these points, it disrupts the chemical message of the neurotransmitters. And very quickly, so quickly that very often it's called the 1-minute wonder, right? And so quickly, your body sort of can calm down, and now you're no longer in a state of being terribly upset and not being able to think properly or to act properly. So what happens is you become the master of your emotions and you stop reacting to situations. In other words, you take control of your life. And EFT is very, very clever. Very, 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 very clever. Okay? Because let's say you're tapping on your headache, even though I have a headache or a stomach ache. You're tapping on what you know, but your body intelligence, divine intelligence, knows the reasons why you're having the headache, knows the reasons why you're having the food allergy, knows the reasons why you're feeling angry. So while you're tapping on what you know, your body is clearing out at a much deeper level the cause. And you can do it yourself 24 hours a day.
I must say that I had a session with you because I was concerned about cross-contamination with gluten as a celiac. And what happened next to the practice I did with you was that I used the toaster that used to do toasts with bread with gluten. So I used gluten-free bread in that toast. That would be enough for me for like in an hour or two starting to have symptoms. And I only dared to tell my husband the next day. I told him, you know what, I did this and no symptoms. So I was really amazed with this. And I was just now for the next question, which is considering autoimmune diseases, real, how do you connect these with the emotions and the emotional freedom technique, which we know that most autoimmune diseases also come from an emotional distress or a trauma. What are your thoughts about this?
Everything. Well, it's like I said before, the body has got a divine intelligence, right? Because we are our own work on light frequencies and vibrations and light pulses, all that's energy. It's all invisible, but it's real. And so what happens every time we experience an incident, it's an unhappy incident or a happy incident, it is actually, we feel it because it is an emotion. And an emotion means energy in motion. That's what emotions are, okay? Now, we have a tendency to forget because we get used to it. That's why we're not grateful for things that we have. And that's why even after a while, we get used to the problems in our lives, right? They're not as acute. But that does not mean that the emotional signature is not active in the background, because it is. So of course, everything that's a happy emotion, keep it, let it go on working. But negative emotions, just think of it like an invisible virus. It's there. And as soon as it finds its way into an organ or a bone or something, it will go in there and it will start its vibrations. And if it's bad vibrations, what normally happens is that the person over time has gotten used to feeling angry, or has gotten used to feeling sad, or has gotten used to feeling embarrassed, or, they're just used to it. So they don't pay attention to it anymore. But it is actually harming your body in the background, either harming your body or it's stopping you. I do a lot of work with small businesses, okay? And people say, I make a profit, but I can't make the breakthrough, right? And they say, the other people make it, why not me? And that is because they have gotten so used to their limiting beliefs that those limiting beliefs are running the show there in the subconscious mind in the background. So more often than not, we can't remember what the limiting belief is because it happened to us before the age of 7 or 8. And it's sort of translated itself as we grew older with different words, but oh yeah, that's right, and it sort of goes to the back. But it's like an active time bomb. It really is. So when you tap on whatever situation it is, autoimmune. I had a lady with terminal cancer who had cancer for 19 years. 19 years, 6 or 8 operations. After 10 weeks of tapping, the doctor said, "You're clean. No, you're not even in remission. You're completely clean," because the tapping had literally eradicated all the emotional memories that this
Wow.
lady had suffered as a child and had found its way up the road. She was 49 years old then, and she was clean as a whistle.
Wow.
Yeah, it's that. I've been using it for 20, 25 years now, and I have not had once, look, even with you didn't believe me, right?
No, it's not that I didn't believe you, because I've seen so many videos about this technique, and I even tried some of them, but never felt anything special. And really, you were the one who really introduced me to this technique. And, you know, because I felt it for myself, I can now recommend. And also, I would like to ask you, you have a book, you wrote a book.
Yes, I did,
Called
yeah.
the Petscheck method, right?
No. The book is called Think Achievement, and Make It Happen. That's the book, but it's out of print because we sold out completely.
Oh, wow.
We sold out completely. So it's being taken back in hand by another publisher. And this time it will be published on Kindle. So as soon as it's out on Kindle, I'll let you know.
Yes, yes, because I
Okay.
would love to read it myself.
But the Petscheck method, which is the method that I work in coaching, is really a conglomeration of that book, whereby I work with my clients for one-on-one for 3 months. Then they have a roadmap for 3 months. And then I'm on hand for 1 year, because the body really needs a year to change all its cells, okay? And in every one of our cells, there's that DNA, there's the memory, it's the programming. So for a whole year, I'm on hand. And whenever there's a wobbly, they've got a problem, they call me. But the 3 methods are, 1, the first method, if you have these 3 methods, you live a perfect life. You can really create the future you want. And the first method is, of course, you have to know how to self-regulate yourself. Because if you're always reacting to situations, you can't plan anything, right? You're living the life of other people want for you. So with EFT, you really learn how to self-regulate yourself. Anything, your physical pains, your emotional pains, mental pains, so that you're always in the driving seat. Then the second method that we work on is the GROW method, which is so I call it mental acrobatics, thinking acrobatics, because the brain is neuroplastic, right? It's well known today. So just like the muscles, if you don't use your muscles, well, they'll disintegrate. So if your results are not what you want them to be, it's because you're not thinking out of the box. You're not thinking differently. You're thinking in the same way as before. And so you will always get more or less the same result. But once you train your brain to think differently, and there are 33 questions, and you have to go through them twice a week for 8 weeks. This is neurological exercises, gymnastic for the brain. And the third method, which is, they're all very important, but this is just as important, if not even more, is, of course, to go forwards in life, we have to be able to know what we want, but then imagine it. And there is actually a way to imagine correctly. Most people just imagine and it goes off like a set of fireworks and it lands wherever it lands, okay? But when you use certain step-by-step imagination and visualization methods, the point of imagination is to either see or smell something that you want to happen and feel it. You have to feel it. The body's got to feel it. So you have to encompass that feeling into you. And therefore, you have to retain your focus long enough so that that feeling gets anchored in your body. When I say long enough, I mean, you know, we start with 15 seconds and we work up to 64 seconds, 64, 68 seconds, okay? Now this vibration, which you have chosen to create, is anchored in your body. And the vibrations are the language of our body. So if you want to be, for example, win an Oscar in Hollywood, you will step-by-step methods, and they're various. I mean, I worked with athletes and I learned from hypnotherapists who worked with Olympic athletes who, by the use of these very structured visualization techniques, took their clients from, you know, being good athletes at school to being on the Olympic podium and winning gold medals. So it's there are 4 trained methodologies of visualization, and those 3 put together create the Petscheck method.
That's amazing. Amazing.
What's fascinating is when the people grasp the tools, because they're easy to grasp, right? But you just have to apply them for a few months so that they become automatic. And then you really have at your fingertips the methods to create anything you want in your life. And I mean anything. I really mean, I'm not exaggerating.
Nicole, today with Zoom and with these new technologies, it's so easy for someone like me in Portugal to be in contact with you. If people want to be in contact with you, would you mind when I publish this video in the group, if you put the how to contact you on the comments below? That I think many people would be interested in your EFT technique. Also for professionals, holistic therapists, for training as well.
Sure, I think the easiest thing is if I just put in my link tree link, okay?
Exactly.
And Linktree link gives you my website, you can book a call with me, you know, you can choose what you want. So where do you want me to put it? When you publish the video, where do you?
Exactly. I will publish the video always on the Glutenology group on Facebook. Because
okay,
now
so I will send you my Linktree link,
exactly.
And then you can post it where you want it to go.
Okay, then.
Okay, thank you very much. That's very kind of you.
Of course. This is teamwork. We are now, since the past week, addressing the trauma behind the autoimmune diseases. And this is one of the techniques people, because everything needs to be personalized. Some people would identify more with EFT, some others with mindfulness meditation, some others with astrology, whatever. Everything is welcome, and together we accomplish more. That is what the word team stands for.
There's such an opening now. People are really understanding the reality that we are energy. And it's becoming sort of like the norm for many, many people. And because of that, they feel much more comfortable dealing with the invisible, because energy is invisible, right? But because they have mind maps and there's so much information there now, there's more and more people who are just achieving amazing results, whether it's meditation or visualization or EFT. Look at AI. Look at AI.
whatever resonates with the person. If EFT resonates with the person, then the person should go for it. If
Yeah.
there is another technique, well, but it needs to resonate because each individual is unique. But
That's what you do, isn't it? When you see your clients, you identify their eating issues, don't you?
Exactly, precisely. So if I make a food plan, it's a food plan for that person. It's not a standard food plan that works for everybody. It needs to be personalized. So that person as a unique being, and looking at the person with an holistic approach, we need to see the physical part is not dissociated from the mind. So there's a work on the physical level that will help the brain to be in a better condition to after be more receptive to a work in the mind. This is
The mind goes to the brain and then to the body.
and
how long does it take? How long does the patient need or the client need to see the physical improvements in their body after they change their diet? Does it happen immediately or does it take a long time?
Well, it depends on each individual as well. Some people have responses, they get better like in 15 days. Some others, it can take 30 days. The worst cases, 1.5 months, 2 months. The worst.
Oh, that's nothing.
That's nothing.
That's
because
nothing.
everything we eat goes to the gut, from the gut to the bloodstream, and from the bloodstream to all our body, all our cells, all our organs. So if the intestines are in good condition, the results are faster. But if we still have to first heal the gut for after be able to get the nutrients from the food into the bloodstream, that's take a little bit longer. Well, that's what I say. It depends on each individual.
You know, I'm listening to you, and it's very interesting because you say about the gut, and I don't know if you know it, but when we go into a room and we say, oh, this person is nice or not nice, they call it a gut feeling.
Exactly.
And that's because the energy comes into our body, which is information, it's data, through the gut first. Then it goes to the heart, and then it goes to the brain. Just like what you said about the food.
Exactly. So first we heal the gut, which is our enteric brain. Then we heal the brain, and we can be able to do heart-brain coherence in just like that, so easy.
In real time. I do that almost every day. I do it for about 15 minutes almost every day, the breathing, the heart-brain coherence.
Beautiful.
I really see the difference. It's helped me tremendously. Tremendously. So.
Well, Nicole, thank you very much for this conversation.
It's always fun to speak with you, Alexandra.
It's always a pleasure. Always, such a wise woman. Thank you.
Okay, we'll continue this journey together.
Yes.
Take care. Bye-bye, Alexandra.
Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.